July 9th, 2:12 p.m. Write anything agency. I'm sorry if I clear my throat a bit. I just ate. Hey, Apollo. What? Well, actually, nothing. I mean, something, or maybe not. Out with it. The suspense is giving me an ulcer. Well, the trial today, I was thinking, if you gave it a score, what score would you give it? Score? Gee. I guess I would, or maybe, well, I'm just as bad as you. See, it's so vague. Clearly. Machi avoided a guilty verdict, which is something. Though I can't say I'm any less confused about the case. Yeah, you asked Interpol about the number, you'll find the answer was Romain Latouche. The victim, Mr. Latouche. Who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent? What a mess. You don't have any idea what he was investigating. Well, true, but we know who shot him now. Lamoureux told the whole court. Wait, that voice just now. It was him, I'm sure of it. That voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him! It was Mr. Darien! Boom, boom, boom! It's another mystery, Apollo. I love mysteries. I don't. Speaking of mysteries, what's Mr. Wright up to? I wouldn't mind asking his opinion. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around. What, is he some kind of stray that just wanders in and out at will? I wouldn't say that, but he has been going out a lot. Some top secret mission, he said. Top secret? Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day. And you've got me to help you. We'll be fine. Fine. Right. Well, time's a-wasting, as they say. Let's investigate. That's the spirit. Darien did it. Lamoureux dropped a bomb in court today. It was Darien. Lamoureux said she's never forgotten a voice, right? That's so cool. I guess. And what's that called again? Elephant ears? I bet that's what they're called. Somehow I don't think that means what you think it means. And she has to be wrong this time. Wrong? Why? I mean, look. Those gunshots were right during the concert. That's right, I was burning up the dance floor at the time. Right, did you happen to look up on stage? Maybe at Darien even? You bet I did. He's one of the governor's guitarists after all. He's so cool. Nice thing. Oh, right. All the governors have a rock-solid alibi. He couldn't have shot Mr. Latouche backstage. But Lamoureux heard him, didn't she? She heard Darien backstage, right? Somebody's either wrong or lying very badly here. An Interpol agent. I was wondering, what is Interpol anyway? Huh? Interpol? They're the guys who catch international criminals. Why can't they just call them international police instead of making up some silly name? Yeah. Anyway, that's literally what it is. It's just they don't want to say the whole thing. I think he was investigating Lamoureux. What? Why would anyone do that? Not a criminal. She couldn't be. Don't be fooled by appearances is all I'm saying. But remember, I'm a magician, Apollo. I can spot a palmed coin at 50 paces. If only it were that easy. In any case, we know he was working on something. Wonder if it was something that has to do with something. That something being our case. The last something, I mean. Something like that. Frankly, the whole thing is making my head hurt. What was Mr. Latouche up to? Ha! Trucy, was that another one of your tricks? It wasn't me. I can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like that. It's this bastard. Wherever the mundane gives way to miracles, a word is whispered. What? Grimmer. I don't. Why can't anybody have fucking normal name like Dave? Can you just be Dave? This is Dave. Hey, the other day. Also, hi, RC. Why are you dead? Look, it's Dave. He's back. Eek! Who's there? Dave. It's Dave. We didn't just imagine that, did we? He's wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours? Hardly. We meet again! Nice to meet you. Who are you? And could you please stop smirking like that? It's you, Uncle Valant. Uncle Valant or Valant? I don't know, maybe Valant is better. He's your uncle? No, silly, it's the great Grimeri. Valant Grimeri. We're just gonna call him Valant, the Grand Magician. Yes, it is I, the great Valant man, as seen on television. Could you please stop smirking like that? It's been a while, Miss Trucy. 7 years, to be exact. My, how you've grown. Good to see you again, Uncle Valant. You look exactly the same. You got, oh no, from what? Did you eat foods you weren't supposed to eat, RC? I hate to intrude, but what is a great magician doing paying us a visit? I believe it was you who wished to see me. So be quick with your questions. And do not quail, quake, or quiver. I am quite tame. Are you now? Did you have too much cake? Though my stardom may sear the sight, I am quite down to earth when need calls. He does have a certain aura to him, that's true. Let's ask him about the case, Apollo. His aura sure isn't lost on our magician in the making. She's practically drooling with enthusiasm. That's weird. After all, Uncle Valant's one of Daddy's best friends. That's why I call him Uncle. What? Daddy, you mean Mr. Wright? No, I mean my real daddy. Oh! Why is sad? Is he dead? Did he die in an accident 7 years ago? Is that how you lost your license? Howza? Trucy's real father? Wow. Hey, what's going on, Valant? Wait, Apollo, don't tell me you don't know about Troop Grammary, huh? No. But it does sound kind of familiar. Oh, lost life, lamentably listless lad. Do not know of the greatest troop of magicians on the planet. Valant Grimmery, the names begin to surface in my mind. Yeah, they haven't gone into any of that yet. Well, as long as you hold on there, RC, that's the important. Oh, is it already so late? It was a name I'd heard on television as a child. You bet you've heard that name. He made a cruise ship disappear and blew up an amusement park. Oh, and he made all this gold disappear from a safe. And then he escaped from a high security prison. Those all sound like a sequence of terrible events. You said he's a magician. I open the locks to the hearts chained by mediocrity. You forgot the cake? No, never forget the cake. I want cake though. This is the true miracle of Troop Grammary. Wait. What, Apollo? I do remember seeing you on television a long time ago. Weren't you with someone else, like a duo? A duo? Yeah, you had a partner. Something Grammary. Yes, Zach Grammary. A masterful maker of magic, a capable crafter of shining showmanship. He also died. Why is everyone so quiet? What is happening? I'm asking the questions and nobody is answering with their faces. There's Zach. What is this, Final Fantasy VII? Daddy? Daddy? Oh, no way! Your brother is her dad. Your frat duo. Once upon a time, the Troop Grammary included 2 grand magicians. Myself, Valant Grammary, and my partner, Zach Grammary. And this Zach he was my real daddy. Tracy's father, a magician. Guess it makes sense. I had no idea. There wasn't much point in talking about it. Not now that he's gone. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no, it's okay. I'm not lonely. I've got my daddy after all. And you make me laugh, Apollo, because you're stupid. You're so stupid. Glad that I'm good for comic relief, at least. You definitely are. Not that I see Daddy around much these days. Ugh, I've been remiss in remembering my reasons for my visit. Yeah, exactly. Reasons? 2, in fact. And then remember that time you helped me find my panties? You'll always be in my heart for finding my panties. Even though that man wanted the secret for getting into her panties. His words, not mine. 2, in fact. The first being, of course, to see you, Miss Trucy. You don't know how happy I am to see you again, Uncle Valant. Or Valant? I don't know how to say it. I'm sure you are. Not one for modesty, are you? Yeah, the panty thief needed to know the secret. He needed to know the secret of Trucy's panties, and I was just like, you don't say that to anybody, but especially not a 15-year-old girl. When I encountered you at the Coliseum the first time in 7 years, I could fain contain my emotions. I wept oceans. And to learn you now defend that poor pianist, that blinded boy. 'Twas a hot topic of talk amongst the staff, you know. And defend him you did. Well, it wasn't all my doing. I'm his defense attorney, actually. My other reason for coming here today was this. That's a videotape. Quite so, a recording of the concert, no less. I brought it for you, Trucy, on behalf of Troop Grammary. Will you watch it? Okay, I wasn't sure if I was gonna sneeze again. Oh. Sugar, sugar. Oh, that night in your embrace. Can I just watch this whenever now? When you stole away the keys, my heart held on so tight. Oh God! Okay, I need. Oh. Ah! Pleasure, but a fleeting melody. Beautiful, right? It wraps itself around me. And now through the air I fly. It looked like his guitar was lighting on fire right then. So we see that it isn't the lawyer there. Maybe. Or not him. This is like the... But we're thinking about the other part. Burning on my heart. Fire. Burn my love away. All away. Yeah, like a bullet of love. Fire. Yeah, lighting on fire? Take my life away. All away. Guitar, guitar. Up together. To the sky. Yeah. Wow, it's almost as good as it was live. Yeah, on a VHS in 2007. Because VHS tapes were still such a huge thing in 2007, right, everybody? Not really. Why DVDs? Well, no, this game technically happens in 2026 or something, but this game came out in 2007. Why don't they have DVDs? So, what's the word? Mysterious. There are two mysterious things about... Or more mysterious things than her song going on. Way more mysterious. This Valant Grammar has good reasons to be here today. But I wonder what his reasons were to be at that concert. Yay. Thanks. What's this? You would ask me for a miracle, free of fee? Then thy wish be granted, thy will be done. Thy evidence evicted into the ether. No evicting, please. Are all magicians like this, I wonder? Yeah, okay. Oh, no, he's gonna say the same thing. I was trying to see if there was anything that he would accept. Birch, maybe. Nope. Okay, well, I'm just seeing, like... Well, that's it. Okay, I guess I'm going somewhere else. Oh, he said the Coliseum, so I guess we'll go to the Coliseum. I guess we're going to a Coliseum. But not like the kind of Coliseum where people die. July 9th, Sunshine Coliseum. Wow, what a great day. It's perfect weather for sleuthing. The weather matters for an investigation. Don't some days feel like magic days or defense days? Like a happy Christmas tumor? Yeah, happy Christmas tumor. It is a Pokemon Coliseum. Can't you see Bulbasaur and Squirtle and Charmeleon? Sure. Let's get started, shall we? Right on. Show us your stuff, Apollo. What stuff? Your voice training. This is the perfect place for it. I did enough at home, thanks. Aw, there's no need to be shy. Keep that up and you'll never make it on the big stage. I'm happy in the courtroom, thank you. I am a lawyer. Then you're in luck because it's lawyer weather today. Don't you just want to face the blue sky and shout, objection? Look, the weather has nothing to do with lawyers. Let's get going already. Oh no, it's the fucking blue badger! What's that creature there? Oh, that's the police mascot, the blue badger. It's life-size. Haven't you seen them around town patrolling the streets? Yes, not even Law and Order has a, now even Law and Order has a mascot. Yeah, Charmioto and Bulbella and Squirtapee. I don't feel very comfortable saying Squirtapee, to be perfectly honest. Let's get rid of that one. Take that one out of the books. No Pokédex entry for that. I'd run from that thing even if I wasn't a criminal. Why does its head wobble like that when it walks? It's freaky. I don't think you're showing the true blue badger spirit, Apollo. No, fuck the blue badger. But don't. Look, a blimp. Those balloons next to it have ad banners on them. Let's see, big sale, all shirts 50% off. Oh, it's an ad for the department store next door. Are we not gonna notice that that's definitely Dumbfuck's, like blimp because it's for his tour? How much money does this dude have? Sunshine Coliseum sure is living up to its name today. It's huge, and Mr. Gavin got to play on that enormous stage. I'm so jealous. Someday I'll fight my first battle on this stage. Battle? Well, yeah, it's a Coliseum, isn't it? Not, they don't do gladiatorial contests at these places anymore, Trucy. Really? I had no idea. I wonder why they stopped. Sometimes I worry about her. Yeah. Look, a massive sign for the Guilty as Charged tour. A giant prosecutor Gavin stares out over the arena. Oh, maybe I can take it to the office when they're done with it. Where would you put it? You couldn't even get that thing through the front door. Then I'll put it outside. I bet it'd be good for business. Just as long as no one comes expecting us to prosecute. Well, if anyone comes looking for a concert, leave it to me. Is this a part of some twisted plan of hers to make her singing debut, I wonder? Okay, so now that I can go here, I can go back in here. Backstage hall. Oh, hello, you're just here. Oh, Mr. Attorney. Lemuror. I'm sorry about today. There's nothing you need to I said I'm sorry about today. There's nothing you need to apologize for. You were merely defending Machi. Are you okay? Alone, I mean. Humans are blessed with 5 senses. Even robbed of one, we get by. Though it does make being a witness rather difficult. Speaking of seeing, you knew who we were before we spotted you just now. And we weren't even talking. I heard your footsteps several times the day before. You also smell like absolute dog shit. Oh, you must have great ears. Ears that heard the crime taking place. Or so she claimed yesterday. But how? The voice. That was quite a statement you made today in court. About hearing Darian Crescen's voice at the scene of the crime. I did not know his name, but I never forget a voice. Yeah, wait, something the matter? That voice just now. It was him, I'm sure of it. No way! You've got some tea? Like actual tea or like tea? I'm sorry, I talk about tea a lot with my friend Fo. So that's why I was like, oh no. Oh, the gossip. Shit that happened. Oh no! More work stuff is never fun. As I said in court. I was on my way backstage from the stage. That is when I heard his voice. I'm guessing Darian and Mr. Latouche were talking about something. The next moment, I heard those gunshots. Why didn't you call security? To be honest, though the noise was quite frightening, I never imagined the gunshots might be real. And I was in quite a hurry myself. I left the scene at once. You're a tea lover. I also love the tea. One day, Kat, I would like to share tea with you in person. Yeah, that's so many kind. I know Zunder has a lot of tea as well. Like way too much tea. Takes out way too much space. Yeah, because they all come in those boxes. Oh, you made it. And then they got mad at you? Wow. Well, fuck those guys. No. Andy, we don't talk about the score to P. We don't talk about score to P at all. Score to P has been abolished from all countries. Managers didn't know who did it because you were, So it really was Darian's voice that she heard. Yeah. At least she certainly thinks it was. I met Machi before my debut as Lemuror. I was singing in a restaurant in Virginia. And he was playing the piano? Yes. He was very kind to me when he learned I could not see. Is that when you started playing opposites? With Machi pretending he couldn't see? Ah, no, it wasn't then. That began after our major debut. After I became known as the landscape painter in sound. It must have been tough for Machi, pretending he couldn't see and all the while acting as your eyes. We held hands always. He would write with his finger on my palm to signal to me things I should know. He is a smart, gentle boy. I think I see what she's getting at. Machi would never harm a soul. Yeah, I mean, hey, understandable, especially when you've dealt with this much bullshit. I think you're allowed to be kind of a dick to people. And I mean, at Walmart, people are horrible all the time anyway, so we take what entertainment we can get. About Mr. Latouche. Yes, he was an Interpol agent, I hear. So you had no idea? Of course not, no one did. I guess that's what it means to be undercover. But someone was after him. They had to know who he really was. Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand. You have no idea? I can only assume that he was investigating me, but why? What makes you think that? Perhaps it is not so, but I cannot deny the possibility. Because of my condition. As my present is veiled in darkness, so too is my past clouded from memory. Clouded, right. Darkness. The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. The real darkness lies in my heart. In your heart? I have no memory of the time before I became Lamorar. I awoke from darkness into darkness, you might say. I was singing in a restaurant those days. What was it that she said about not being able to remember the light? I do not know my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime in my past. Everything before becoming Lamorar is lost to me. But I don't think you... I can think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me? I don't know. Maybe he knew that you were going to be going to a concert and he was looking into someone being a dirty, dirty cop. Do you think your past might be related to this case? No way, that seems really unlikely to me. I mean, you're such a sweet person, Lamorar. Okay, Trucy, people can be bad and then, like, have amnesia or lose their memory and then be okay people. Like the Amnesia games. Well, I don't know if you were really an okay person afterwards. You just wanted to not. Yeah, she has a heart. It's true. I thank you. Machi, too, tells me this often when I fear who I might have been. No humans have those anymore. Take that! Yeah, oh no! Wow. Well, I'm pretty sure you have one, Kat. I've never seen it, which is a good thing. If your heart is outside of your chest, please consult your doctor or put it back in there. Don't take that out. We took a look at your performance again. It was even better the second time. Thank you. That reminds me, that was an incredible illusion you pulled off. Illusion? When you teleported from one stage to the other, remember? Ah, yes. Apparently they hired a professional magician. Valent Gramarye. I was wondering, do you think you could tell us how it was done? I'm afraid I cannot. Mr. Gramarye made me swear to never tell a soul. I was afraid of that. Hard to be a magician if you can't keep a secret, you know. I am reminded that I wish to speak to you about something. Yes? When I was walking this hallway before, I stumbled upon a small device of some kind. It was lying on the floor. Device? Maybe you mean this? It's been lying there since the day before yesterday. Yeah, because even though I looked at it multiple times, I never had the foresight to pick it up. Might I touch it? I thought as much. What? What did you think? This is one of our headsets. Yeah, it's a murder investigation, Missy, exactly. Everyone on staff wears one during a concert. I wonder whose this is. We use it for communication. It would be quite inconvenient should it go missing. We'll hold on to it for you then. We'll give it to Prosecutor Gavin when we see him. Yes, that's best. Thank you. So, can I put it on? Headset attached to Trucy. No! Trucy! What if that person had, like, ear gonorrhea? Gonorrhea. Attached? I'm not some kind of robot, Apollo. Everyone on staff was wearing one of these headsets. This might warrant some further inquiry. Oh no, I don't wanna... Can I ask you about this headset, Lamorar? You said that all concert staff were wearing one. That's correct. You need them to communicate across such a large stage. Everyone on the staff had one, of course. And all of the band members too, I should think. So Prosecutor Gavin and his lackeys had them on too, then. They're quite helpful, though limited. Yet ear aids, a whole new meaning. Oh. They only work within 30 feet or so. After all, they're only for use on stage. And a stronger signal would interfere with the sound system. That makes sense. I think someone would notice if they dropped their only communications lifeline. So why was this one lying here? Go to the stage. Oh, they dropped the thingy down. Okay, let's not go to the stage. I mean, this is true. But why would we talk about real world stuff, Zunder? You're getting too much real world stuff into my game. My experience is being my depth, fuck, man. Immersion. That's what I wanted. Lemurar's dressing room. Oh, somebody's already here. Uh-oh. There's only one person I know who can munch with such venom. Hi, Emma. What are you doing here? Hello, Emma. You're looking as grumpy as ever. Oh, am I supposed to be happy? You give me the second degree in court, and Prosecutor Gavin makes me look like a fool. You're talking about the bloodstained Mr. Latouche left? My department chief had a field day with that one. Even a blind person could see the shooter wasn't blind. Funny guy, huh? Wouldn't like, yeah, this is true. But the bloodstain helped uncover the biggest mystery of all. Now we know that Mr. Latouche was really with Interpol. We wouldn't have found that out without you. I suppose. Maybe that's why the chief gave me these after he was done chewing me out. Said it was my reward. Are chocolate snackoos popular down at the precinct or something? I was hoping we could check out the crime scene again. Be my guest, you're not going to find any clues in here. Though I did find something strange. Something strange? Something strange? Well, let's talk about all this other stuff first. I met my embarrassment quota for the year, that's for sure. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? How? I mean, think about it. Now you don't have to be embarrassed about anything else all year. If only it worked that way. It just bugs me to think that little kid outsmarted me. And it makes him even more suspicious now that we know he can see. He could have seen the air duct and he could have shot that revolver. That's not how it sounded in Lemurar's testimony. You mean her saying she heard Detective Darian's voice at the scene? That's right. Why can't we have normal, straightforward killing once in a while in this country? I'll pretend I didn't hear that. The case. Was that true what you said in court today? You know, about the case. About how everything was happening according to those song lyrics? The guitar serenade, you mean? I found the link, you know. First, Prosecutor Gavin's heart-shaped keyring was stolen. Then she flew through the air. Then his guitar caught on fire. And in the end, a bullet took Mr. Latouche's life. And he went up into the sky with a guitar. Well, 30 feet up at least. It is kind of hard to chalk it up to coincidence, huh? I know, and I found it. You think the same person did all of this? Don't ask me, I didn't do it. Neither did I. I couldn't fit through all that air vent anyway. What? You all think I did it? Sometimes I worry about that girl. Something strange. That actually reminds me, Zunder, I need to, now that the weather's clearing up, I think one of the first few things I need to do once I get my scooter is I need to go out to the range. It's been a really long time. And the thing is, I haven't been out to the range in like a year. And I mean, I have my GoPro, so I could technically take like video of it because the GoPro also has like super slow-mo and stuff kind of built into it. So I'm like, I could try something like that. Also, I mean, it might be good to work on my marksmanship and see if I've become significantly worse in the past year. Could I take it? Well, I mean, if it's in a bag, yes, I could. I just have to sling it over my shoulder along with my rifle. They're in bags, it's okay. I mean, I could definitely take my pistol because that would fit in my pocket, but... I mean, the thing is, rifles and shotguns are They're hunting stuff. But yeah, it is. I guess it would look really weird on a scooter. I'm sure if it was sticking out of a backpack, nobody would be able to tell, maybe. Yeah. He teleported the blind lady, yeah. It's actually I think it's a 308, actually. Let me double check. Yeah, it's a 308. Yeah, I think 308 Winchester. 308. It's about as big as my pointer finger. All right, well, at least as long. A lot skinnier. Sure, it's fine having a rifle sticking. Yeah, exactly. Like, and I mean, they did pass the thing where I could technically just carry my firearm wherever. So I could be on my scooter. I have a holster. I could be on my scooter with my pistol holstered, just driving around. Yeah, well, I mean, it's still a fairly large round. It's not the largest rifle round, but I mean, a rifle round is still way bigger than than most other like you know, like a, well, it's not fatter than a 45, but it's definitely more metal. So what did you find? Go park it. No, I'm not gonna go to a school with a gun. Oh, that's terrible. I don't go to schools ever because I don't have a child that goes to school. And me going to a school makes no sense. I don't want to terrify the bullies. I'd be in jail so fast. It's so little that I must have passed over it yesterday. I found it under the sofa. What is it? Part of some device, I think. I haven't a clue what. It looks like some kind of bugging device. The bit sticking out from the end looked familiar, so I had it examined. Turns out it's an antenna. Oh, like on a Beetle? Like on a cell phone. This device must use an electronic signal of some sort. Electronic signal, you say? Was that? It wasn't given to me. Speaking of which, can I show you this? Well, they are bullies, but a 30-year-old man going to a school with a gun would cause much more problems than the bullies, I think. Especially for me. Bullying is bad, but bringing a gun to school is infinitely worse. Do you think you could take a look at this, Emma? It's science! God, stop munching. Yeah, basically. Look, the carpet's been torn up here. That's the part we did the luminol testing on in court. Lunimol? What's Lunimol? Get it right, it's luminol. Get it right. Emma's kind of scary when it comes to science. Best learn the word and not incite her wrath again. You never touched a real gun? Well, I don't know how. I feel like there's a lot of places. I forget. Italy. Is Italy a part of like the greater UK? I am so bad like figuring out. Or are you kind of your own thing? Because I know the UK as a whole has guns banned, right? Other than like military and like very specific like police sectors. But I don't know I don't know about other countries like nearby. Not quite? Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know, because everybody treats it a little bit. Obviously, America, they're just kind of like, guns for everyone! And you're like, oh, okay, okay. Well, I guess, maybe. Maybe if we go back to the stage. Oh, wait, I don't have the thing. Your own thing? Okay, yeah. Well, they're like over... Oh, it's heavily regulated? Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. Spain's over there. Ukraine, Poland. Well, then again, wait, where is... Oh, wow. Actually, Italy is like the size of the UK. Oh my God, it's so weird because I always feel like the UK is way bigger. But it's really not that big, all things considered. I mean... My friend Ellie lives in Sweden, and Sweden is fucking huge. Yeah, legal matter, yeah. Because I know they're all in like, they're in that part of the world, but yeah. Yeah, like legally, because you know, technically there's like a lot of other shit. No. I know that Italy is not in UK. It's its own like peninsula. I'm looking at it right now. I always forget that Spain is like its own, like it's off right next to France. God, they're all butted up against each other. And there's Germany, Poland, and then Russia, which is just fucking ridiculously huge. How did you get so big, Russia? How you get so big? Italy's 3 times Florida, yeah. That's only American size comparison, yeah, or Texas. Texas and Florida are 2 size comparisons. But it is. Do you guys like learning things? Wait, wasn't I trying to go to the stage? File the paperwork, pay enormous sum of money, and buy again. Yeah. And even then, like, you have to be, like, really careful, don't you? Stealing our pizza. Aww. And not even doing a very good job at replicating it. Go back home. In Italy, you need a yearly mental evaluation. That's actually a really good idea. Granted, I've had mine for like 6 or 7 years now, and I've never needed an evaluation. But that would, I think that's something that people had talked about, but then they were like everybody else was like, oh, this is too much trouble. And it's like, but it's a good idea. What's wrong with that? If you're mentally fit to own one, why would you care if there was something like to make sure? Are you afraid that you won't be able to keep your gun anymore? I don't know. I think there was a lot of plagiarism, and they're like, yeah, look, we made it better. And then we're like, nah, son. With the gun, never loaded unless in use, not visible in public. Yeah. Okay, so similar in that regard, but probably slightly less heavily regulated than the UK. But still along the same lines, yeah. Whereas Texas, I have like literally, I think I showed it on stream a while back. I literally have like a box, like one of those green ammo boxes full of shotgun shells and 9mm ammo. My gun is on my bed, fully loaded. My rifle and my shotgun always have rounds in them. They do not care. I mean, and me saying that's not going to put me on a list because that's just how it is. I just have them like that. Like the shotgun and the rifle have a safety, and those are always on, like unless I'm actively shooting them. My pistol actually does not have a safety. It just has a heavy trigger, which apparently is good enough to be a safety for some guns. I don't know. Capacity limits and magazines, yeah. So the road is obstructed and you change the way you reach the shooting range, you could get, oh, interesting. Yeah, no loaded weapons, yeah. Handguns are outright banned as well. Yeah, because handguns, you actually have to, you can get a rifle or a shotgun here at 18 years old because they're technically hunting equipment. Handguns, though, are considered home and self-defense. Those you have to be 21 years old to get, and there's a bit more to the registration process. Like, when I got my pistol, I actually had to get on a line with a member of the CIA, and they asked me a lot of questions, like previous residences, states I lived in, like other stuff like that. And then after that, they're like, okay, you're clear to go. Whereas when I got my shotgun and rifle, I just had to sign some paperwork, and that was it. So what's keeping you from hunting people? I don't know. The law? They're required to empty the chamber when they reach hell. Gotcha. So you can shoot before you have sex. Yeah, I wanted to get a revolver. The revolver I wanted to get, it was one called the Taurus Judge, which is a 45 caliber revolver that can also shoot 410 shotgun shells. 410 is just like the skinniest like shotgun shell, but it's still you can still get it with like, I don't know if you can get it with buckshot. I mean, it would probably be very few shot in there, but yeah, you can totally get a revolver that shoots tiny shotgun shells. Yeah. Well, I mean, Kat, you got to do something with all that adrenaline, right? I'm just saying. Sometimes you just have to shoot your shot. Ha! See what I did there? Machi may not be guilty, but he's still a suspect. We'll segue back into the game. But they don't have any decisive evidence. Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have gotten out of that room. Right, the air vent. And he lied. Lied? Machi Tabai can see. Yeah, it's like snake shot, but it's still something that would really, really hurt. I wouldn't want that. I mean, I wouldn't want to get shot by anything at all, not even like a 22. And I mean, 22s that's super baby. Like, they have really cool looking revolvers at Academy Sports and Outdoors here, but they're 22s. And the 22, like the hole in the muzzle is like this big because 22s are tiny, tiny bullets. Lots of people, great grandfather in the war that had them. Oh, yeah. Hey, Machi. Ah, Machi. Speak of the devil. He looks like he's doing okay. I forget, why did we come here? It's not like we can talk to him or anything. Words are overrated. Feelings are what matter, Apollo. Kinda hard to build a court case on feelings. But since we're here anyway, might as well get what I want to say off my chest. If you need someone to complain to, I'll listen. I think she's actually worried for me. You probably know English too, if you can see. Yeah, 22 LR, yeah. So what did you think of the trial today? Whew, I'm glad he doesn't understand English after all. If he did, he would have been scared out of his mind by the trial. Hey, all's well that ends well. You have to be more goal-oriented. If he's not guilty, we win. No, if he's innocent, we win. Machi might not understand English, but I bet he gets that better than you do. Huh? Oh no! I'm glad Larimar testified. What a great person. She even got Machi off the hook by naming another suspect. Darian of the Gaviners, the detective. I wonder if Machi knows what that is. I mean, if he could follow how the trial went and all. If no one told him there's a new suspect, how would he know? Hey, what is it, Apollo? No, it's nothing. No, tell her about your throbbing. I must be imagining it. Imagining what, Apollo? It's just, I couldn't help but feel that, I don't know, Machi, he doesn't understand what we're saying, right? How could he? He's a young Virginian. He doesn't speak English. Yeah, but my bracelet is reacting to him. Huh, maybe it's malfunctioning. Or it's scared because you keep making those I'm so mad faces. Was I that bad? Machi lied about not being able to see. What if that's not all that he lied about? Yeah. If you're curious about it, there's only one thing to do. You should ask him. I think I'll take something big to get him some kind of undeniable evidence. We'll be back, Machi. So Machi, you can see, right? Machi can see, and Lemurr can't. The whole world's gone topsy-turvy. Sorry, Apollo, I don't think we're gonna get any information out of Machi. Which makes sense. Yeah, I guess it does. I think he said, I'm sorry I cannot speak your language. You are very beautiful, fair maiden. This is why I never trust a translator. Is it videotape? No, not videotape. I might not have specifically what I need yet from the way that Apollo said that. Autopsy report. Where are you looking at there, boyo? You can't see, right? Can you... I'm just gonna go through all of this. Brooch. Gun. Postcard. Lyrics. My badge. He doesn't give a shit. Okay, well, bye. The Coliseum. To the backstage. To Gaviner's room? No. Even where it's pronounced unless you're French? Yeah. Oh, that's what I thought. And I'm just like, I don't know. I just keep mixing up the M and the R. Guest room? Guys, I'm so lost. The stage? What the fuck? There's no other evidence. Wait, I know what I can do. Court record. Check. Hey. 10 for that, little buddy. This is Trucy reporting in. Over. Why the sudden silence? No one answered. Don't be silly. What good is a receiver that doesn't receive? That's like Emma not performing forensic investigations. Make her sound like she's some kind of forensic investigation machine, which is just silly, unless she's a super high-tech android that runs on snackoos. Yeah, earwax gobs, yum. Okay, so there's nothing going on there. So I can skip sections. Why can I do this? What am I watching this on? Do I just have like a... I don't know. Well, I don't know, guys. Very tired about everything. Well, it's okay. We're at the end of this recording anyway. I'm at a loss, and honestly, I am burnt out. We're like 6 hours in. This is way too much brain stuff, even after my breakfast tacos. this is where we're gonna end this for tonight, and we'll figure out what the hell to do next time, and maybe we'll get through this specific chapter. I don't know how many chapters in this game, but it'll be okay.